Drink lots of air from the back of your throat. Hold it. And then exhale. Try to make that H and ha sound. Elbows reaching way above your chest. Inhale. Let your ribcage really expand as much as it can, taking in lots of air. And now exhale. Maybe squeeze your glutes, squeeze your thighs, squeeze your ankles to ground your feet as you bring your elbows together off your chest. Inhale. Don't ever try and rush this first breathing. It kind of gets you situated and oriented. And exhale. Inhale. Just try to bring yourself and your mind into your practice today. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And 3 more nice big deep breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Two more. Inhale. And exhale. Last one for a set. And exhale. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Elbows touch. And relax your arms down by your side. You can roll your shoulders around, loosen up, maybe neck if you need to. And let's see. All right. Second set. Go ahead and let your fingers once again. You can put the opposite thumb on top for balance. Bounce that left and right. And let's begin. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Elbows touch. Inhale. Pull your arms up with air. And exhale. Squeezing from the lower of your belly button to get all that air out of your body. And inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And 3 more nice big deep breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Now relax your arms down by your side. Once again, you can roll your shoulders around, loosen up, and maybe you need to a little bit. Welcome, anyone. Anyone has joined us since we started. All right. Let's get ready to do our postures, our asanas this morning. Half moons up first, inhale arms up overhead, interlacing your fingers and releasing your index fingers. Stretch up out of your waist, and go left and right. See how your body feels today. About over, about over. And please go ahead and stop in the middle. Palms together all the way down to the wrist. Cross your baby fingers really tightly as well as your thumbs. Now stretch up out of your waist. Keep the length in your spine. Now go over to the right. Even with the hip out to the left, find a place that's comfortable this morning and just breathe. Nice and calmly in and out through your nose for the remainder of your practice this morning. Keep your chin away from your chest. That allows you to breathe a little bit easier in and out through your nose. Keep squeezing your head with your arms. Keeping your palms together all the way down to the wrist. We're trying to stretch the whole left side of our body. Starting at our fingertips, gradually going through our wrists, our triceps, and across the muscles of our obliques into our left waistline. And if you keep pushing your back to the right, lift a little bit more, coming on down to the right. And then you may even feel it in your left ankle. As we come up on the end, if you can go a little bit further, it's up to you today. And change, little reverse, come back up to center. Now readjust your hips, and before you stretch up out your waist, keep the length in your spine. Now go over to the left. Leading with your hip out to the right. Once again, settle into a place that's comfortable, and just breathe. Try to lean your upper body back up so slightly to open up your heart and your chest, and try to rotate your shoulders back down, so your scapular bones down your back. Breathing once again in and out through your nose. Side we're trying to stretch the whole right side of our body. If you're feeling strong today, maybe you'd like to go a little bit further, pushing it out to the right, coming on down to the left. Maybe use your left arm to pull the right arm up, over, and down. One more place. And change. Reverse, come back up to center. Now drop your head back, shake it out a little bit if you need to. As we get ready for our first back bend. Now first, stretch way up in the air. Get some length in between those vertebrae and try to first move your arms as close to your head as possible. And now, slowly start looking back to the back wall as you rotate your hips forward to the front. But room. Look back. Stretch back. Go back. Reach back. Eyes back. Change. Slowly reverse. Woohoo! Find your eyes, suck in your stomach, and slowly bend forward to waist. Bending your knees to be around your back tissues. Hands come to the floor. And now, do whatever you need to do. To warm up whatever may be tight. It could be your whole body. Hi, Suzanne. Shake and shimmy those hips. Squat a couple times. Roll up on your toes. What's that?
Put it between us. That meant right now, let's do that.
All right, let's start with a first set of hands to feet close. Feet together all the way, heels and toes touching. Bend your knees, put your stomach on your thighs. Leave it there. Now wrap your arms behind your calf muscles. Try to get your elbows as close as possible behind you. And then when you're ready, suck in your stomach as you lift your hips and slowly drop your head. You want your palms facing forward. So if you can't quite grab your heels, try to grab your ankles over your calves, lower parts of the calves, but really try and work your elbows as close as possible. That way, you extend your scapular bones apart. And once those are apart, it allows you to stretch your spine a little bit more effectively, and use your biceps a little bit more effectively as well. Suck in your stomach, lift your hips, roll forward like a wheel, lift your hips. One more place, pull down, keep moving simultaneously, and change. So we reverse, we'll roll back up, and we'll wait for everyone up at the top. And the arms float down by your side. Breathe. Second set, after time, inhale arms up. Once again, you want your fingers, release your next fingers, squeeze your head. Stretch up, weight out of your waist, and then go back up to the right. If you're feeling strong, you'd like to go where you left off in that first set. Please feel free. Push your hip out to the left, coming on down to the right. Put the body back. Fingertips stretching towards the back wall, opening up a little bit of your wrist as you do that, making a nice half moon shape if you can. Come on down, stretch a bit more, and change. So reverse, coming back up, stretch up, and now over to the left. Leading with your back to the right, stretch. Once again, maybe use your left arm to pull the right arm up, over, and down, stretching the whole right side of your body. If you can actually accentuate that stretch, that's what we're going for. Maybe that's how you make eventually your half moon shape. Push it a little bit more, come on down, and change. So reverse, come on back up. I'm going to go in profile from my back. Stretch up. Now first, try to move your arms as close to your head as possible. Then look back. And at the same time, roll your lips toward the front mirror or front of your room. As you go back, look back, stretch back. Eyes down, look back, stretch back, go back, reach back. Eyes down, look back, stretch back, go back, and change. Beautiful job. Woo-hoo. So reverse, and slowly come forward. Bending your knees once again if you need to, and walk it out. All right, second set of hands and feet goes once again. Bend your knees, put your stomach on your thighs. Leave that compression there. Try to get your elbows as close as possible behind you. When you're ready, get a grip. Lift your hips and drop your head. This is a 365-degree stretch from your tailbone to the bottom of your feet and from your tailbone to the top of your head. If you kind of don't feel or you're not accentuating the stretch in one particular area, then do your best to maybe lift your hips or pull down, whichever you need needs more tension from you today. Exhale, stretch. And change the reverse, come on back up. And arms going down by your side. Breathe. All right. Awkward's up next. Woo. I'm sweating already. Take a step out to the right. Measure if you need to. Keep tight-fisted between your toes and your heels. Inhale, arms up. Arms are shoulder height, shoulder width. All fingers together. I can see all. Suck in your stomach, bend your knees and sit down. Like you're sitting in your chest a little bit too far away from you. Keep your chest lifted, chin up. And just work on concentrating on your ankles maybe a little bit more. Maybe allow you to sit down a little bit further as you keep your chest lifted. You want to make it awkward. So shoulders back. Weights in your heels, so with your toes maybe. And change. Reverse, come on back up. High on those toes. As high as possible. When you're ready, if you're ready, engage your abdominals and slowly bend your knees. Coming over the top of your foot. The ball of your foot. Coming on down to the level of a chair. Breathe. Heels up, shoulders back. Sit down and change. So reverse, come on back up, and then drop your heels. Third part, come up a little bit. Squeeze your inner thighs together. And keep them squeezed together and slowly slide down. If you're at home, you have a back wall, try to do this posture slowly going down your back wall, keeping your spine straight. That's what we're trying to do. And then just lead with our knees, stopping wherever you need to stop. If you're all the way down, you can bounce a couple of times, squeeze your inner thighs, and slowly return back up. And drop your heels, bring your feet back together, and arms down by your side. Breathe. Second set, take a step out to the right. Measure again if you need to, or find that footprint. Inhale, arms up. All fingers together. Inhale as you exhale, bend your knees and sit down. Now, how you like that pop? Now, you see, I'm not way over mine. I'm really trying to make it awkward, so trying to lift my chest back, engaging my ankles, stretching fingertips forward, that's your counterbalance, and change. Reverse, go back up. Second part, 5 on your toes. When you're ready, bend your knees, It's harder than you think. Not being able to see what you're doing. Heels up, and change. Reverse, come on back up, and drop your heels. Third part, come up a little bit, squeeze your legs together. And the edge of my phone is going to be my back wall. Now slowly slide down. I'm making sure that my shoulders and hips are in one line. Stopping wherever we need to stop. And change. So reverse, come on back up. Heels down, feet back together, arms down by your side. Breathe. If you can't have fun while you're doing yoga, what's the point? All right. All right. Last thing before a little water break, keep your elbows up, palms touch. Swing your right arm underneath your left, switch your arms like ropes. Palms together, thumbs next to your face. Now do try to bring your elbows down first, and then sit down, stay real low, and bring your right leg high around the left. Up. Squeeze. Lean your body back. Bend your knees, sit down. Engage your abdominals. And change the way of your legs. Move your arms, palms touch. And left and the right. Swing and twist it. Bring your elbows down, sit down, stay real low. And left leg up on the right. Squeeze. Oh, that's like so much better on me. Now, you want to try and get everything aligned up underneath your nose. That includes your fingers, your wrists, your elbows, and maybe your knees and ankles, all in one line. Sit down, squeeze, and change under your legs, under your arms, palms touch above your head, and right under left again. Elbows down, and sit down, stay real low, right leg up over on the left. Squeeze. Breathe. Upper body back, sit down, and change under your legs, leave your arms, palms touch, left and the right. Bring your elbows down and sit down, stay real low, left leg up over on the right. Squeeze. Draw your scapula bones apart and down your back. The hidden joints that we're opening up today. And change into your legs, into your arms, palms touch. Arms float down by your side. Stay still for just 1 second. Breathe. Now have a little water, please, if you like. Drop your hands. Hope you all are doing well. All right. Let's get ready to balance today. Do your best. No judgments. All right. Standing forward, knees up first. First, roll your shoulders back. Stand up tall. Chin up, chest open. Shift your weight to your left leg and up at your right. Extend your knee from the hip. Grab 2 inches below your kneecap. I'll round down and grab 2 inches below your toes. Lock your standing leg on the top for 1 minute. If you're used to kicking out in the second set, grab your toes right away in the first. Breathe. That's it. And you want to engage your abdominals. Keep them engaged as much as possible, as well as your quad. Those are both big muscle groups, so they get fatigued relatively easily. So just come back to grabbing and engaging those abs and those quads again and again. We're halfway. If you're adding on, it's up to you. But try not to ever break your form. That means no mid leg, ever. If you're adding on, make sure that the previous step is really strong before you try to add on. Otherwise, the house that you build can be a little bit wobbly. Breathe and change. So reverse, come on back up, shoulders back. Breathe. Let's try the other side. Situate your right leg in, up into your left, extend your knee. Grab your knee 2 inches below your kneecap. I'll round down and grab 2 inches below your toes. Lock your leg. We're on the clock. Breathe. Nice and gently and slowly in and out through your nose. As we progress through these next few postures, our heart rate will gradually go up. The sequence is designed to do that. And it's your regular responsibility to, if you can, keep that heart rate low. By a long inhale and long exhales. We're halfway. Breathe. Do is right for you today. Engage your abdominals. Once again, lock the standing leg. As we come up on the end. Last 10 seconds. And there you have it, full on this minute. Slowly come back up, roll your shoulders back. Breathe. Let's try our second set. Half the time. Once again, shift your weight to your left leg and up with your right. Extend your knee. Grab your knee, your toes. Keep that standing leg locked up. We're now on the clock. If you're ready, it's up to you. Slowly, gently, you can bring your heel toward the front mirror. Once that leg is completely locked up, bring your toes back to your face. Bring your elbows down. When they go below your calf muscle, then you can bring your forehead to your knee. Change it in reverse. Come on back up. Breathe. Shift your weight to your right leg and up to your left. Extend your knee. Grab your knee, your toes. Lock your standing leg. Once again, on the clock. Just 30 seconds. If you'd like to try an additional step today, by all means, if you held it that first minute, but please try something new if you're able to today. Extending your leg out, heel forward, toes back, elbows down, and then forehead to knee. Change the reverse, come on back up. And shoulders back. Breathe. All right. Standing goes up next. Our gentle back bend. Right palm up. Drop it down. Grab the ankle from the inside. Turn your body. Only your left shoulder should be visible forward. Left arm up next to your face. Keep it there. And we're on the clock. You've got a full minute to express the posture. If you don't have any heat today, this posture can be relatively difficult. To stretch those quads. So take it to your own comfort level today. If you keep your arm up next to your head, you're doing one half of the whole posture. Keeping all fingers together, no jazz hands. Breathe. And we're halfway. And if you do see your foot coming over your shoulder at least, or maybe the top of your head, it's always okay to come on down and forward. But if you're doing that stretch toward your fingertips, toward the front, and your chin will land eventually right there on your shoulders. Coming up on the last 10. And change to reverse. Breathe. Sorry, Kathy. Let's try the other side. Left palm up, drop it down, grab your ankle, turn your body. Right shoulder visible forward, right arm up next to your face, keep it there. Once again, you have a minute. One side, as usual, may feel completely different than the other. It's pretty common. Take some time to really concentrate on opening up your hip. Rather than coming down really fast, open up that hip. On stretching up to the ceiling, on next to your head. Breathe. Kicking and reaching, and stretching. And we're halfway. If you're ready to come on down, it's quite up to you. Once again, all those fingers together. Stretch. And breathe. It's kind of hard to look forward and at the video at the same time. And change. So we reverse, come on back up. Breathe. Oh. This is all an experiment for all of us here. Breathe. All righty. Second set half the time. Right palm up. Drop it down. Grab your ankle, turn your body. Left arm up. On the clock, 30 seconds, you can each. Breathe. Stretching forward and keeping back it up. Almost there, last 5. Change the reverse. On down. Breathe. Last side. Arm up. Drop it down. Grab the ankle. Turn your body. Right arm up. And on the clock. Now take your reach. Express your posture the best you can today. Breathe. That's 10. Change. Very good. So reverse. On down. Breathe. All right. Take a step to the back of your mat now. If you're not already there, balancing stay. If you have any back issues today, I highly suggest having your hands on your hips. It eliminates any undue stress on your lower back coming up out of posture. All right. If you're ready to do it otherwise, inhale, arms up. Release your fingers, release your hamstrings, squeeze your head. Step forward on your right foot, point the toe, shift the weight. Left foot up off the floor, and pivot. Leg up, body down. Everything in one straight line from your fingertips to your toes. Breathe. And change. So reverse, step back. Touch up, lean back. Left foot forward. Right foot back and up. And pivot. Leg up, body down. Stretch forward, stretch back. Change. Reverse. Arm down. Breathe. Let me do a side view. All right. Second set. Inhale, arms up. Arms together, cross your thumbs. Squeeze your head. Right foot forward. Left foot back. And pivot. Leg up, body down. Everything coming down in a straight line. Breathe. And change. The reverse, come on back up. Not so good. So jump, lean back, left foot forward, right foot back, and pivot. Stretch forward and stretch back. Same time. Making a little T finally. And change. The reverse, step on back, and arms down by your side. Breathe. Your heart rate may be racing. Take a second to exhale, lock. Slow exhale, slow inhales. Breathe. Now step over the left side of the mat. Tap. First step for leg stretching. Inhale, arms up. Palms touch above your head. Step out to the right. Arms down. Turn your toes in toward each other. Sucking your stomach and slowly move forward. Lead with your chin. Chin out. Shoulder blades back. And for the first set, oh, it always feels so good. Try and have your hands on the floor right in front of you to see how that feels. But take a look forward if you have a front mirror to make sure that your spine isn't rounding. You want your spine as straight as possible. Sometimes if you have tight hip flexors, that can be difficult. If that happens, it normally tends to round your spine. So do your best Maybe having your hands right below your knees, stretching your chest forward. And then slowly try to bring them down towards your ankles, all the while keeping your spine straight. Breathe. And if they're at your ankles, maybe you can wrap your fingers around your heels, bring your elbows back to calf muscles, and maybe pull. Chin remains up a little bit, so you don't round that lower thoracic, upper thoracic, lower cervical spine. Exhale, lower stretch. And change to the reverse, come on back up. Bring your feet back together, arms over the head. And arms float down by your side. Breathe. Second set, inhale, arms up, palms touch over your head. Step out to the right, arms down, turn your toes into each other. That orient your hips up to the ceiling as well. Suck in your stomach and slowly move forward, chin up, shoulder blade back like a swan dive. Now run the hands down the back of your feet. Tucking your heels from behind and grabbing your calves or your ankles. And once again, imagine your chest, your heart is going down to the floor, right in between your feet. And you keep your chin forward a little bit. And exhale. Creating that length in your spine, allowing you to breathe, if you will. Roll some length ever so slightly into your toes as you pull. So, pull down, pull up, pull down, and now just breathe. And change again. So reverse, come on back up. Bring your feet back together, arms above your head. And arms float down by your side. Breathe. All right. Triangle's up next. Catherine will stay in her direction and I'll move over in so you get two different perspectives. So triangle, inhale, arms up, palms touch above your head. Step out to the right. Arms down. Turn your right toes out, left toes in. Suck in your stomach and bend the right knee, sit down. Sit down to the thighs parallel to the floor if you can. And then go ahead and move your arms. Right elbow to the right knee. Stretching your left arm up to the ceiling. Breathe. Chin's on that left shoulder. Breathe. And make sure that your wrist is straight. Beautiful job today, Catherine. Breathe. Because sometimes people try to reach for their toes, and it bends their wrists. So you want to have that wrist straight as well and stretching up at the same time. Chin's on that left shoulder, sit down a little bit further. And change when the reverse, come on back up. Turn your right toes in, left toes out. Suck in your stomach. Bend the left knee, sit down. Go ahead and move your arms. Left elbow, left knee, stretching your right arm way up to the ceiling. Try to get all fingers together as well. Thumbs next to your index fingers. And if you can see, there's a triangle underneath my armpit to my waistline, to my knee, and also from my knee to my big toe to my ankle. That's 2 to 3 triangles, and there's a triangle from my fingertips up here to my armpit to my big toe. Change to the reverse, come on back up. Left toes in, bring your feet back together, arms up over your head. And arms float down by your side. Breathe. Beautiful job. How about a second set? Inhale, arms up, palms touch. Step out to the right. Arms down. Right toes out, left toes in. Suck in your stomach. Bend the right knee, sit down. Go ahead and move your arms. Right elbow, right knee, stretching your left elbow to the ceiling. If you have really long femur bones, like some people, like Diana, you really have to invest in stretching down and over to overcome the length of your femur bone. So your elbow doesn't end up in the middle of your femur. Breathe. I'm still working with her on that, so maybe someday it'll happen. Breathe, slowly come on back up. Turn your right toes in, left toes out. Suck in your stomach. Bend the left knee, sit down. Go ahead and move your arms. What I was saying about femur bones, if this bone is really long, sometimes it takes an extraordinary effort to get your elbow to the knee. So some people just stop it here in the middle of their thigh. So it's really up to you to do your best to really stretch over and really reach up at the same time. Sit down, breathe, and change. Very good. So reverse, come on back up. Bring your left toes in. Bring your feet back together, arms up over your head. Arms float down by your side. Breathe. It's always good when you can give some advice to the boss. All right. Last couple of things before we get to the floor. All right. Standing up leg forward to knee. Inhale, arms up, palms together. Cross your thumbs, step out to the right. Lift your toes, tip to the front. Twist your hips, twist, twist, twist. Stretch up, squeeze your head in between your arms. Stretch up, tuck your chin into your chest, and slowly roll down. You can separate your hands if you need to. And bring forward to your knee. Breathe. It's a hard posture to talk or breathe in, for that matter. But you want to have to see if you can have your two hips in one line behind you. Most likely, if you're having to bend one knee on this side of the right knee, most likely that'll drop your right hip. So do your best to roll some way maybe toward the front of your right foot to see if that will help you engage your quad a little bit further and lift that right hip ever so slightly up. And change to reverse, come on back up. Turn, and turn once again. Adjust your back foot. Stretch up, tuck your chin, slow down, down. Point to knee. I must admit, one of the times where I was broadcasting from home, the preview, before you click on start the video, was this posture, my butt facing the camera. And I was like, wow, what a place to stop and take a screenshot. So I apologize for that, but I had no idea that was happening. Straight, come in, reverse, come on back up. Turn, bring your feet back together, and drop your arms down by your side. Breathe.
I saw that, I liked it.
It's like, hey, I didn't know how that happened. Breathe. They just pick random spots to say, look at this video, started here. It's like, oh. Second setting, arms together, cross your thumbs, step out to the right, lift your toes, pivot. Twist, 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 stretch up, squeeze your head, tuck your chin and back down. Breathe. Breathe. Keeping your chin tucked, stimulate the thyroid gland. Here's a flat-shaped gland that runs around your esophagus and lower part of your chin, and really squeezing it all the way out, refreshing it. And that's a good thing to do. Chin for the reverse, come on back up. Turn, and one more turn. Adjust your back foot. I like to have both about with the front feet facing both the same direction. So jump, tuck your chin to jump, and slowly round down. 42. Now, if you have a mirror that you can see your hips in it, try to level it. Even if you have to bend that left leg, sometimes if you roll forward, you can lift that hip up ever so slightly. Breathe. If you can keep your arms behind your head, squeeze it behind your head, and your palms together, that is the ultimate epitome. Beautiful last step on this posture. It's really difficult. Chin to reverse, come on back up. Turn, bring your feet back together, and drop your arms down by your side. Breathe. If you're not facing forward, now the time to turn, and once again, we have time. We're making great time today. I don't know how people get behind. I tell jokes. Hey, right there, time above toe and tree and toe today. Stand up straight, shoulders back, or 2 sets of tree, whatever feels best for you. All right, shift your weight to your left leg and over to your right. Grab from underneath by the toes, let the knee just do what it wants to do. And bring your right hand in prayer. Breathe. And once again, I'll give you my little tip on where your hand should be. The thumb knuckle should be on your sternal notch. This is where your sternum comes together, your breastbone. I see people up here. It's like, that's your throat chakra. You want it in your heart chakra, right there. Or some people are down by the belly button. That's a different chakra. Breathe. And in theory, you should feel your heart slowly settling and going down, a little bit softer, a little bit easier, and change. On the reverse, come on back up, stretch up. Shift your weight to your right leg and up your left. Grab. Let the knee do what it wants to do. If you have knee issues, then by all means, have your knee going straight out. We're working the hip socket more than the knee joint. So, stretch up and then turn from the femur, head of the femur bone. Left hand in prayer. Breathe. You want your 2 shoulders in one line as well as your 2 hips in one line. Squeezing the glute on the standing leg, that means your right glute, can kind of lift the hip up a little bit, the left hip up. And change. Very good. So reverse, stand straight, shoulders back, breathe. Now toe stand if you're doing it, or second set of tree, whatever works best. Once again, shift with your left leg and up with your right. Grab. By the toes, letting the knee do what it will do. Right hand in prayer. Breathe. If you are going to toe stand, bring your left hand in prayer as well. Then slowly bend forward at the waist. When your fingertips get to the floor, lift your heel first. Then come down straight over your toes. Then bring your hands back by your hips. That will allow you to straighten your spine. Then bring your left hand in prayer. Then right hand in prayer. Breathe. Be proud of your tree and your toes. Toe stand change. Come back to meet the trees. And everybody change. So reverse, stand straight, shoulders back. One final side, shift your weight to your right leg. Inhale, pick up your left. Grab. Let the knee do what it wants to do. Move left hand in prayer. Toe stand if you're going right hand in prayer. Slowly bend forward at the waist. Once your fingertips get to the floor, about 2 feet in front of you, lift your heel. This is as far as I go. I'm going forward because of what that knee. But you want to lift your heel up first, then bend your knees so you come down straight over that knee, eliminating any excessive stretching of your knee tendons. Hands back by your hips. Bring your left hand in prayer, right hand in prayer. Breathe. Toe stand change. And now everybody change. So reverse and straight, shoulders back. Breathe. Let's go down to the floor now for Savasana. Woohoo! Take a little break if you need to take a break. Hi, Kristen. Hi, Fred. Hi, Sasha. Hopefully you're still there. All right. Get your setup and don't cut off my head. If it is, it's just talking, so don't worry. You don't need to worry about it. Breathe. Now, if I stopped talking and my head was into the video, then you might have to worry. Breathe. I have a little bit of audience today. There are a couple of teachers that are practicing with me. And it's always much better. I really miss the teaching aspect of this, even though I'm practicing alone. Interacting with folks is one of the things I enjoy most about teaching. Let your belly rise and fall. Palms facing up. Heels kind of close together. Toes just flopped open to the side. Breathe. A couple more deep breaths. Alrighty then, let's start the 4 series. When leading poses up first. Inhale, bend your right knee up. Interlace your fingers all the way to the webbing. Grab 2 to your kneecap. Pull your knee out to the side, then down with the shoulder avoid the rib cage. Tuck your chin deeply into your chest, leave it there. Now try to pull a little bit harder with your left bicep to keep that left shoulder on the floor. Elbows in close to your body. Extend that left heel toward your back wall. At the same time, flex your toes back to your face. That always increases the stretch in your Achilles tendon, which is always a good thing. Tucking your chin deeply into your chest, exhale, pull and stretch. And change to the reverse. Inhale, bend your left leg up. Exhale, out to the side, way out to the side, then down to the shoulder. Tuck your chin, and once again, this side pull a little bit harder with your right bicep. So you keep your right shoulder down, elbows in close to your body, tucking your chin, and now extend that right heel toward the back wall, right toes back to your face. Exhale, pull and stretch. And change, so reverse. Inhale, bring both legs up. Give yourself a big hug. It doesn't really matter what you grab. I think it's really more important to concentrate on feeling a little bit more what your spine is doing. So tuck your chin deeply into your chest, then keep your cervical spine and upper thoracic spine on the floor. And now, try to release your grip a little bit. If you're grabbing maybe your elbows, it might pull your knees up to your chest. What you want to try and do, and that may bring your tailbone above the floor. Try to feel it if you can in your hip socket. Pushing those knees a little bit down toward your belly button. Elbows in close to your body as you get your tailbone in. The last couple of vertebrae down the floor and change. Very good. Woo-hoo. Slowly release, relax Savasana. I always feel it right where the head of my femur connects to the hip side. Let's try it again. Second set. Inhale, arms up. Inhale, release your fingers towards your below your kneecap. Pull your knee out and then down toward your shoulder or your rib cage. Once again, tuck your chin. Elbows in close. Stretching your left calf to the floor. Exhale, forward, stretch. Equal and simultaneously. And change to the reverse. Inhale, left leg up. And suddenly, interlace your fingers towards your body, kneecap. Pull your knee out and then down. As you exhale, oh there, everybody, exhale. Let your exhales become your friends in this practice. Allow your body to stretch a little bit more through your exhale breath. Inhales can give you strength, but exhale do the business of giving you length. Exhale, stretch and pull. And change, reverse. Inhale, bring both legs up. Opposite arm on top, if you can remember. I have a hard time remembering. But bring these together, then bring them down. Exhale. 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 Change very quickly. Reverse, relax, release. Savasana. Alrighty. It's now time for our first sit-up. If you have any back issues today, just roll to the side and come on up. Otherwise, you can bend your knees if you need to. Flex your feet, arms above your head. Inhale, come on up, stretch up, put your toes, exhale twice. Release. And take over onto your stomachs now for the spine strengthening series. Alrighty. First up is Cobra working on lower spine. So bring your fingertips in line with your shoulders. Hey, every once in a while, peek down. Maybe they come up a little bit on you. Elbows in close to your body, chin on the tail. Squeeze your legs together, engaging your whole lower spine. Inhale, lift up. Come up to a 90-degree angle with your elbows looking up, chin up toward the ceiling, eyes up. Squeeze your glutes, engage that whole lower spine. Come on up, stretch. And change. Very slowly release, chin down, and look to the right. Pressure on the towel. Breathe. A 2-second posture, 20-second rest. Breathe. Second set. Bring your hips once again in line with your shoulders, elbows and close to your body. Turn them down. Squeeze those legs tightly together. Inhale, lift up. Boom. Right away to that 90-degree angle. That's half of fully extended arms. Look up. Chin up. Eyes up. Rolling up to the top of your head. And change. Very good. Reverse chin down and look to the left. Right around the towel. Breathe. Alrighty, now the best part of class. Focus. Lift your hips. Slide your hands, working the upper spine. Arms underneath your body. Palms facing the floor. Try to get your elbows as close as possible underneath you. Punch your right toes like the right leg. Lift the right leg back and up. Back to the back wall, up towards your ceiling. Stretch it back. Try to keep your hips in one line though. And change. So reverse. Punch your left toes like the left leg. Lift the left leg back and up. You don't want to roll over. You want to keep your kind of hips in one line. Just get your hip off that left hand. And change. So reverse. Mouth down. Kiss the towel. Readjust your arms even closer. Keep your elbows together. Get ready. Inhale, lift up. Boom. Hips up off hands. Roll forward. Stretch up. On your toes if you can. Off your legs. And change. So reverse. Come on back down. Woohoo. Release your arms from underneath you and look to the right. Press your on the towel. Breathe. All right, second set. The drip, slide your hands once again underneath your body, palms to the floor. Little baby fingers crossed and touching. Point your right toes like the right leg, lift the right leg back it up. Change. Point your left toes like the left leg, lift the left leg back it up. Change. Your mouth down, kiss the towel, readjust your arms even closer. Keep the air moving. Arm gets up. Inhale, lift both legs up. Roll forward in the upper part of your spine. Hips up. Try to just get your hips off your hands. Don't worry about your legs doing right now. They can come in time. Hips up. Change. Very good. Woohoo. Bend down, arms out, and look to the left. Downhill from here. Breathe. Oh, my heart rate always goes up in that posture. And I just take the time to really bring it down through my exhale breath. All right, moving on, we're going to do full locus now. Working the middle part of our spine. Arms out, shoulder height, all fingers together. I can see all fingers together. Chin on the towel, get ready. Inhale, lift up, boom. Everything up in the air, looking up, chin forward, eyes up. You'd be surprised how much impact your eyes, where you're looking at. You lift your whole body just up and change. So reverse chin down and look right. Left down the side, breathe. Second set, chin on the towel, arms out. All fingers together. Get ready. Inhale, lift up. Boom, everything up in the air. Eyes up, chin forward, shoulder blades coming back together. All fingers together, opening up your chest. Feet together, way up. And change. Very good. So reverse chin down and look left. Right around the towel. All right, full of bow is up next. Bend your knees, grab your feet from the outside where your shoelaces would be. Try to bring your knees together so behind you if you can. If you can't, don't worry about it. If you need to turn over new bridge, it's always okay. Otherwise, keep your head down, just keep your legs up. Once you feel your legs coming up, lift your chin and your toes up on the conversation. Roll forward and kick. You get those thighs up off the floor. That's the hardest part of this posture. Getting your thighs. This is the same as standing bow, but we're just on the floor. Once again, the impetus is kicking back and up. Then how far you come down. And change. Very good. So reverse everything down. And look to the right. Look over down. Breathe. I'll give you guys a different perspective from the second set. All right. Second set. Bend your knees, grab your feet. Bring your knees together, start behind you. Keep your head down. Now just kick your legs up. Once you feel them coming up off the floor, let your chin in your chest up like a biscuit. Eyes up. Keep backing up. Ooh, this still hurts. I have been walking so much, I'm sure this is a little hard in your stretch, Kathy, as well. How's that? Kick, stretch, lift, and change. Ooh, very good. Oh, so the reverse. Come on down and back to the left. Breathe. That's the hardest posture, I think, for me. Not being in the heated room. Ah. All righty. Hands underneath the shoulders. Come up to the top of your mat. Perfect firm. Separating your knees as wide as you need them to be. And you want to sit down comfortably in between your heels. If you have any knee issues, as I always suggest, you can have one leg forward, one leg back. This is a hurdler stretch or a half saddle in yoga etiquette. Feel free to do what's right for you and your body today. Otherwise, go back when you're ready, one elbow at a time, back of the head down, shoulders down, grabbing opposite elbows over your head. As usual, this is my story time. And I don't know if anyone else has been watching. There's a new series on epics. It's called Belgravia. It's set in the Victorian era. And the people that, the merchant class has become really up because they developed this whole Belgravia area. There's all these rich townhomes, and now that they're kind of part of society, but not really gentry, it's really well done. And there's a dynamics of kind of Jane Austen-ish where there's a person that was a illegitimate child of an earl, and now is all kind of getting back together. It's pretty good. If you like costume dramas, and this is really good. Oh, it's part of Amazon Prime. It's on part of Prime. Change on the reverse, come on back up, using your elbows and shoulders, come up to the top of your mat. Release your knees. Turn around on the bottom. It's been so long since I've been around people, I just tend to talk too much. All right. Breathe. And the person I live with for 30 years almost isn't much of a talker. Breathe. So I have no outlet. Breathe. And he'll never listen to this, so I'm perfectly safe in talking about it. But your feet on over your head, it'll come on up. Come around the second set.
And not your spouse.
All righty. Now, once again, second set. Go back one elbow at a time, back hand down, even shoulder down. Grabbing opposite elbows. Seize that back, number two. Breathe.
That's what you do. Stops the clock.
And I promise you all, I watch the clock. Oh, so I'm gonna finger down dog. Change the reverse, going back up, just get elbows and shoulders off camera. All right, release your knees, turn around onto your back. This is awesome. Breathe. That's kind of like herding my cats, trying to tell them to do stuff and trying to teach them yoga. Breathe. They don't listen too well. Breathe. Alrighty. Time for another sit up, flex your feet, bend your knees if you need to, arms up overhead, coming up, stretch up, touch your toes, excellent twice. Come around now. The animal series. Next three postures we'll do one after the other. Starting with your spine straight. If you have any back issues, they start with your hands underneath and slowly come forward. You end up like everyone else, because coming up out of that posture can be a bit straight on your lower back. So take it easy if you can to. Arms up otherwise, palms together across your thumbs, stretch up and slowly come forward. Try to keep your hips on your heels and stretch forward and take your foot to the floor first and your baby fingers. And stretch forward. And stretch back. Keep moving in simultaneously. Breathe. Exhale. 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 And reverse, come back up. All down. Breathe. Come up on your knees, your camel. Separating them hip width distance apart. Hands to your back. Stretch up, push hips forward, look across the ceiling. Find your back wall. Keep pushing hips forward. At least try to get your elbows as close as possible behind you, opening up the front side of your chest. And if you can grab your heels, hey, go for it. If you just want to hang out and open up your chest and push hips forward, that's quite all right. Breathe. But remember, the more you look with your eyes up and back and down, the more it will open up the front side of your body. Open up your chest. Open up your chin. Hips forward and change. Hands to back up and down at your feet. Sit down. Breathe. Rabbit is next. With the towel over the back of the heels if you need it for your good. Otherwise, stretch up, tuck your chin into your chest, leave it there, then round back into yourself. Then bring your shoulders forward, forehead land right on your knees, up and over. You want to get your hips and knees in one line if possible. So that means what? Hips up, roll forward, hips up, roll forward, hips up, and change. Very good. So it works. Come on back up. Chin up your chest. Last. Turn around on your backs for Savasana. Breathe. Let's do it all again. Another set up first. Flex your feet. Bend your knees if you need to. Arms up overhead. Come up. Stretch up. Touch your toes. Let's go twice. All righty. I'm going to do it in profile. This set. All righty. Oh, look, I'm on my back wall. All right. Spine straight to begin with. Arms over, hands to your knees. Stretch up and slowly come forward. Can you get that at the same time, Catherine? Oh, now. Boom. Breathe. Remember when your hips stay on your heels, stretching your fingers toward the front of your room. Exhale. 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 Allow your body to just stretch and create between each and every vertebrae. And change. First, come on back up. Arms down. Breathe. Now come up on your knees. For camel, second set. Your knees can be a little bit wider if you like. And hands go to your back. Stretch up, push hips forward, look across the ceiling, find the back wall, try to bring your elbows as close as possible behind you. And grab your heels if you're ready, all the while keeping your hips going forward. Looking back, breathe. I kind of like my big toes to touch behind me. Just for me, it makes kind of like a little tripod between my knees. And my big toes, can I make me stronger that way? Stretch forward, move back. Drop your head, eyes back. And hands to the back of the down, your feet. Sit down and breathe. Like I said, a rabbit. Once again, put the towel on the back of your heels. Stretch up, tuck your chin into your chest. Round back into yourself. Then bring your shoulders forward, forward your knees. Pop in the front of your toes and swing it. If you can bring your heels together behind you, it will allow you to more effectively pull up, hips up, roll forward, hips up. Change the reverse. Come on up, vertebra by vertebra, chin up your chest last. Turn around onto your backs. Walk. Breathe. All right, folks, we're almost there. Another sit-up, though. Flex your feet, bend your knees if you need to, arms above your head, and coming up. Stretch up, lift your toes, exhale twice. Come around now. Separate leg stretching, forward to knee. Right leg out. Sole left foot on the right inner thigh if you can get it there. If you have any knee issues, it may not go as far. You may come up. Hey, it's up to you. Do what makes you feel comfortable with your body today. Otherwise, inhale, lunge up. Stretch up, turn, twist, round down. Grab over the ball of your foot. That's where your toes connect. Bring your toes back to your face and try to bring your elbows down so they go below or on either side of the calf muscle. That's stretching your scapula bones apart, allowing your elbows to come down as you pull your toes back to your face, increasing the length of your Achilles tendon and that plantar tendon that runs underneath our foot. Exhale, pull. 14. And change to the reverse. Come on back up. Switch out your legs. Left leg out. Right leg in. Stretch up. Turn, twist. Round down. Once again, forward to knee. One side always feels a little bit easier than the other. And exhale and breathe. Change to the reverse, come on back up. Scoot up a little bit and lie back. As soon as your shoulders sit, come on up. Stretch up, touch your toes. Exhale twice. Now I will turn in profile for this posture. So bend your knees, put your stomach on your thighs. Try to leave it there, and then grab your big toe with the middle and index finger. You can hide a little bit of that, having your upper arm right there on your thighs. And then just walk your hips back, keeping your stomach on your thighs if you can. Or just stretch your heels forward if you have really good hamstrings. Stomach on your thighs, ladies. Stretch. Breathe. If you have tight hips, I understand. But try to keep the back of your lower back straight. Exhale. And once you're all the way down, maybe your elbows can go out to the side as you pull your forehead over onto your big toes. There may be a space for some folks. Those taller folks have a little bit longer way to go. Change the reverse, come on back up. Turn around on your back. So awesome. Breathe. All righty, second to last sit up. Flex your feet, arms above your head, come on up. Stretch up with your toes. Exhale twice. All right, spine twist is upon us. Either extend your left leg or left knee toward the front of your room, crossing your right ankle over your left knee corner. Right arm's really close behind you. That's really close to the small of your back. Left arm's up, over, and around. Use the elbow to push your back out of the way. Stretch up, turn, twist. Only your left shoulder should be visible forward if you're looking forward. And then stretch up, and then look over your right shoulder. If you don't need that hand behind you, you can pick it up and put it on the inner thigh. That way you can lead your elbow can lead the way around, and then your shoulder follows it, then your chin follows your shoulder. Stretch, turn, twist. Stretch, turn, twist. Stretch, turn. Change to the reverse. Turn. Switch out your legs. Right leg forward or right knee forward. Left ankle over the right knee corner. Left arm's really close behind you. Right arm's up, over, and around. Use the elbow to push your knee back out of the way. Then turn your spine. So right shoulder forward. Stretch up, turn, twist, and now look over your left shoulder. Once again, if you don't need that hand behind you, you can pick it up. And now, if it's up, try to lead your elbow across the left side of the room. Yes. And then your shoulder follows it, and then your chin follows your shoulder. It's that stretching from the bottom of your spine up to the top of your spine. So stretch, turn, and twist. Stretch, turn, and twist. Stretch, turn, and twist. And change. Slowly reverse, come all the way back around. Lie down on your back. Savasana. Breathe. Flex your feet, arms up overhead, and I'm coming up. Stretch up your toes. Exhale twice. Come around now. Our final breathing exercise. You can sit down a couple of ways, whatever way feels most comfortable for you. Knees, toes all the way together. Cross-legged easy pose, or your legs can be straight out if you have really extensive knee issues. Whatever feels good to you today. All right. Sit up straight. Hands to your knees wherever they may be, or hands to your legs, top your legs. And let's begin. Lick your lips, swallow a couple times. Second set, will be just a little bit faster. And begin. Beautiful job, everyone. Please turn around and close your eyes. This is your final Savasana. Take your time this morning if you have it. Essentially, let your body absorb all the benefits of everything that you've done this 75 minutes with us here today. We'd like to thank you. I would like to personally thank you for joining me today. It's been my pleasure guiding your practice today. Have a beautiful day.